Yeah, we're recording so.
Okay, so Debbie, could you tell us about how you first met Sophie and sort of why they came to see you, your charity?
Well, we weren't actually approached by Sophie's family per se, it was by a friend of the family. Sophie and her mum Julie had been through all sorts of terrible experiences in the time before that. Sophie had been on the transplant list to have a liver transplant, which she had, and it was a successful operation. But then just about 5 months later, they received the news that she had cancer. Obviously, this was a huge shock to the family. She's a young girl, she was only 17 at the time. Her mum works in Poole, they both live in Poole. And what they had to do is they had to travel to London hospitals for treatment. Because Sophie had such a bad reaction to the treatment that she had, the chemotherapy, her mum had to stay with her. As a result, her mum had to give up her job. She's a single mum. She also had to stay with Sophie in London, which obviously isn't cheap, so she had to meet those accommodation costs, and she quickly found herself in a position where she couldn't afford her mortgage. A friend of hers thankfully knew about Dorset Cancer Care Foundation, contacted us, and we were able to help pay her bills while she was with Sophie in London. And obviously it was something that we want to do. It's the whole reason that Dorset Cancer Care Foundation is there, and it was a huge help to the family.
And I mean, you sort of mentioned it, but she had sort of a liver transplant, and then she, I believe, developed a very rare form of cancer, non-Hodgkin's lymphoma.
Yes, she did. I mean, she was, at the end of the day, she was extremely unlucky. There's also been further repercussions in the fact that she's developed a condition as a result of the chemotherapy that she underwent that makes her very susceptible to infection. She had dreams of becoming a nurse. She's a very vivacious, outgoing 18-year-old girl, enjoying life. Because of this danger of infection, she can't go and train to be a nurse. She can't enjoy a lot of the things that 18-year-old girls like to do with their friends and work and things like that. So we're just grateful that we could help her in some way and lift some of the burden on her family.
And what was sort of the figure, if you don't mind me asking, that you were able to donate to her?
I think we don't usually tend to deal in figures, but it would have been a substantial amount because we paid for her mother's mortgage payments over a period of months. And I know that since then we've also helped out in a couple of other instances as well. But the family have been great, and like lots of people who have been supported by DCCF, they come back and they support us too. They were able to attend a recent fundraising event which was fabulous to see her at, and really responding well to her treatment.
So I was going to ask, do you sort of remain in touch with her and her family?
We do with everybody. People are generally extremely grateful for the help that we give them. What people don't realise is that the shock of finding out you've got cancer is huge enough. But for the majority of families, it also means financial struggles. If you can't work, you can't pay your bills, you can't pay your mortgage. Treatment is just getting to and from work is costly in terms of transport. If you've got children, you need to pay for childcare. Those are all the things that we do at DCCF. We raise money specifically to help people through those really hard times.
Yeah, and have you had any similar cases to Sophie in recent times where you've helped with someone who's got an illness as serious as hers?
Well, the people that come to us are in varying stages of treatment. We've had people that are going through treatment at the time, like I say, that need help with their transport costs. We've had people who are through the stages of their treatment but aren't able to find a cure for what they have and are obviously dealing with the final stages of their illness. We can provide them with comforting equipment, things that make their everyday life easier. We've also paid for short breaks for people that are in palliative care stage of cancer. But it's really whatever people need. Some of the cases are particularly harrowing. There's a lady a very young mum with 2 children, we paid for her will to be made because she was aware that she wasn't going to live for much longer because of cancer. And there are also very uplifting stories as well. We had a little boy who had leukemia, had to travel to Southampton for treatment every day. Because he was 5, his mum had got rid of his buggy a long time ago, but he was very weak and we were able to pay for a buggy for him, and we also paid for him to go to Disneyland when he was a bit better.
And I was reading up about your High Five campaign.
Our High Five campaign is extremely important to us. It's something that we launched at the tail end of last year. We're asking people to give us basically a fiver, hence the High Five. We've got a text address that we can give to people. You can be found on our website. All that money will go straight into our grant fund, and as soon as money is deposited in our grant fund, it goes out to people that really need it.
And last few, really, I mean, how important, we spoke to you a bit off camera about this, but how important is it for a county such as Dorset to have like a local charity to help with people suffering with serious illnesses?
We all appreciate the national organisations. I mean, they're doing amazing work in research, people like Cancer Research UK, Macmillan, amazing cancer organisations. But I think that people really appreciate the fact that DCCF is here in the county, it's in touch with people, local people that need help today. We raise money, and as a result, that money goes straight to the people that need it.
And just finally, how can people get in touch with you guys and donate?
The best way to donate is through our website. Everything is on there, www.dccf.co.uk. As well as donating, we're always looking for people to join us and support us in some way, whether that's having a coffee morning with your friends, doing something fun, jumping out of a plane. We have people doing all sorts of crazy things for us. But every little penny helps, and every penny goes to somebody who really needs it.